Hello everyone. Today we'll be building book library. So basically what we'll be having input as well as the button, search button, right? So whenever we give input or when we search for the book and we press enter or we press on the we click on the search button, we'll be displaying the books, right? What are all the things we'll be displaying? Image, name of the book, as well as the authors, whatever that is. We'll be making use of Open Library API basically. So if you are not getting the image, we'll be displaying something like image is not available, something like that, right? So for this project, we'll be making use of the stack HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So let's start by creating the HTML file. I'll just create index.html. Let me create the CSS file as well, and I'll just name this one style.css. Let's wait for some time. Yeah, what I'll do, I'll just go to index.html and create a very basic HTML template, right? I'll just change this title to book library. So next what I'll do, I'll just make use of the link tag. I'll just link the style sheet as well as give the path and name style.css, right? This is the thing. Next, let's start writing the HTML code. First, let me make use of the div tag and give class name container. Next, let me make use of the h1 tag, and within the h1, I'll just give book library. So this is just for the reference. Also, after this one, I'll just make use of another div tag, and I'll just give class name search container, right? Within this div, I'll make use of input tag. Type will be text itself. ID, I'll give search input. Let's make use of the placeholder as well. I'll just give placeholder search for books, right? This is it for the input. Next, let's make use of the button. So I'll just name the button search. Also, let me make use of the ID and name I'll give books container. So this is it for the button. And after finishing of this div, let me create one more div and I'll give ID of books container, right? So within this div, basically we are displaying the details of the book dynamically, right? So after this one, what we'll do, I'll just make use of the footer, right? So let me give footer. I'll not make use of anything. Inside the footer, let me make use of paragraph tag. I'll give book library by. I'll just make use of the anchor tags. Just give my YouTube channel. You can give any link, right? Basically. Next, just give me a second. I'll give. Sorry. Yeah, so that this link opens in the next page, right? So within the anchor tag, I'll give Bharadwaj. So this looks good basically, the footer one. So this is it for the HTML. Let me format the document once. So next what we'll do, let's start. I'll just close this one, welcome thing. And let's start writing the CSS, right? First, what I'll do, I just want to make use of the Poppins font. So I'll open the Chrome. Let's wait for some time. Yeah, I'll search for the Poppins font. Click on the first link. get font, get embed code, import, as well as I'll just copy these 3 lines, right? Just come here, paste this one. Let's style for the body initially. I'll just come here again. I'll just copy the font family, this one, right? Just copy this one. Let me close Chrome for now. So let me paste it over here. The primary font will be making use of as Poppins. If something goes wrong, I'll be making use of sans serif. So next, let me give background color. Sorry. Background, linear gradient, I'll give 135°. These colors I'll make use of 2027, 203A, 43, 2C53, 64, right? Next, color, let's give white, margin 0, height 100 view height, display, flex direction, column, align items, center, overflow, auto, padding 20 pixel and 0. This is it for the body. Next, let's style for the container. So I'll just come here. I'll copy this one. So I'll paste over here. So for the container, let's take width of 90%, max width of 1200 pixel, text align, center, margin bottom of auto. This is it for the container. So next we'll be styling for the H1. So I'll just come here, copy this one and paste it over here. H1, right? So margin, let me give 20 pixel. So font size, let me give 2.5 rem. Next, let's style for the search container, right? I'll just come here. So this one, inside the div, we have given class name search container. I'll just copy this one and paste it over here. For search container, let's give display, flex, justify content, center, also margin bottom of 20 pixel. So this is it for the search container. Next, let's style for the input. So I'll come here, just copy the input and I'll paste it over here. So for the input, I'll just give width of 70%, padding 15 pixel, border none, border radius of 30 pixel, 0 and 30 pixel. Font size of 1 EL, background, let me make use of the RGBA 255 thrice and 0.2. So this is the background. Color, let me give FFF, also outline none. So this is for the input basically. Next will be styling for the button, right? So I'll just give button, padding 15 pixel and 25 pixel, border, none. So basically button, this one, right? I just typed it, this one. Basically we are styling for the button. So border, I'll give none. Border radius of 0. Same thing, 30 pixel and 0. Just give me a second. So yeah, background color, let me give SS 5E78. Color, let me give white. Cursor pointer, font size 1 EM, outline none, transition, background color 0.3 seconds, ease. So basically next, let's style for the same thing, button, but on hover, right? I'll just make use of hover. So I'll just give the darker background color. I'll just give background color SS 3B56. So next, let's style for the books container ID. Basically I'll just come here. So where is the books container? This one, right? Inside the button we have given the ID in books container. So I'll just come here to paste this one here. For the books container, let me give display grid template columns. Just make use of the repeat. I'll give autofill. Let's make use of min max of 200 pixel as well as the 1 FR. So let me give gap of 20 pixel, margin bottom of 40 pixel. So this is it for the book container. Next, let's style for the book, right? I'll just come to index.html. Let's style for the books. So give me a second. So basically book, this HTML will be making use of the HTML inside the JavaScript file. So one mistake I have done here. So this button ID I have given, this has to be search button basically, not the books container. So I have confused with this one basically. Might be I would have got confused. I'll give I have given search button now. So you can change this one, and also let's continue styling, right? So after this one, let's style for the, just follow with me. This is basically the HTML that we have made use of in JavaScript file. So while writing the JavaScript, I'll be explaining the same thing. Background, I'll give RGBA of 255 thrice and 0.1. Border radius of 16 pixel. Box shadow 0, 8 pixel, 32 pixel, 0. Next, let me make use of the RGBA. I'll just give this color 31, 38, 135 as well as 0.37. Next, let me make use of the backdrop filter, right? So I'll just give blur of 8.5 pixel. Next, let's make use of WebKit backdrop filter. Same thing, right? Backdrop filter of same thing. I'll give blur of 8.5 pixel. This is not 88. This is 8.5 pixel, right? So next, let's give border of 1 pixel solid, RGBA of 255 thrice, and finally 0.18 I'll give. Next, let's give padding of 20 pixel, text align left, transition transform 0.3 seconds is box shadow 0.3 seconds is, right? So finally, I'll just give color triple F. So this is it for the book. So I'll just format this once. Next, we'll style for the book itself, but on hover, right? I'll just give hover. Let me give transform translate by of -10 pixel, box shadow of, give me a second, 0.8 pixel, 40 pixel, also RGBA of, and just give 0 thrice and 0.2. So this is it for the hover. So next, let's style for the image inside the book class. So I'll just take book. These things we have this is not coming from the index.html file. Basically, we'll be making use of this HTML and we'll be giving the class name inside the JavaScript file. So we have not written the JavaScript file yet. Just follow along with me. So next, let's style for the image file inside the book class. I'll give width of 100%, height of 300 pixel, object fit, contain border radius of 12 pixel, background color of white, right? Next, we'll be styling for the H3 inside the book class. So let me give font size of 1.2 rem, margin of 10 pixel, 0 and 5 pixel. Let's style for the paragraph tag inside the book class, right? So I'll just take this one, P. Let me give font size of 1 EM. This will be basically EM itself. Made use of rem, right? So color, I'll give triple DC, right? So this is it for the paragraph tag inside the book class. Next, let's style for the footer. Just take footer. Where is this footer coming from? Here, right? This one. So inside the footer, let's start styling. I'll just give background. Let me make use of RGBA. Zero thrice and 0.7. Next, I'll give width of 100%, padding 10 pixel and 0, text align, center, position, fixed, bottom 0. So this is it for the footer. Next, let's style for the paragraph type, paragraph tag inside the footer. Basically, this one. I'll come here, copy this one. Let me paste it over here. So I'll give margin 0. Font size 1 EM, right? Next, let's style for the anchor tag inside the footer. Nothing but we are styling for this one. Anchor tag inside the footer, right? So, I'll give color FF 5E 78. Next, let me make use of the text decoration underline, right? This is it for the anchor tag inside the footer. Finally, we'll style for the same anchor tag but on hover, right? So let me give text decoration underline. So here, this will be basically none initially. Then on hover, we'll make it to text decoration underline. So this is it. Let me format the document once. So what I have done is I have installed an extension called live server. So what this does basically, whenever we make changes in the HTML file, the changes get directly reflected in the browser so that we don't have to refresh the page again and again to see reload the page again and again to see the changes. So this will be very helpful. We can install it as well. What I'll do, I'll just click on the index.html file, right click and click on open with live server. So let's wait for some time. So this is looking like this. So whatever I search here, right? Suppose if I search on Harry Potter and click enter, or if I search for Harry Potter and click on search button. So the details of the book has to be shown here. We'll be making use of the card. We have already designed that one. So, and we'll be displaying the name, title, author, as well as the image of the book. So if the image is not available, we'll be giving something image not available, something like that, right? So also one more thing. Yeah, this is it. Basically, these things we'll be doing with the help of JavaScript, right? So let's start writing the JavaScript. I'll just open the VS Code. I'll just create index.js. So what I'll do, I'll just include the JS file in the index.html file, right? So what I'll do, I'll just make use of the script tag. Just give src index.js. Let me format this document and I'll just move this JS file right side. Just give me a second. Yeah, I'll just move this one here. So let's start writing the JS file, right? First, what we have to do, we'll add the event listener for clicking the search button. So I'll just make use of document.getElementById of search button. Where is this search button coming from? This one, right? So I'll just copy this one and I'll paste it over here. So let me make use of the add event listener of click Let me call the function. Okay, inside this one, first what we are doing, we'll capture the search query from the input field. For that purpose, I'll be making use of the query variable. I'll give document dot get element by ID of search input dot value, right? So this is just value. And next we'll call the search books function to handle the search. So I'll just give search books of parameter, I'll give query. So we have not written the search books function yet. We'll be writing that search books function in the future. So for now, what we're doing, we'll just call the search book function to handle the search functionality. Next, what I'll do, next, let's add the event listener for pressing the enter key in the search input. Basically, I'll just open here. So whenever we give the input, right, whenever we give the search for the book name, after, let me say, I have given Harry Potter. So whenever I click on the search button, then also the book has to get, we have to get the search results. Also, when I give the input Harry Potter, and when I click, press the enter button, then also we have to get results, right? For the enter button, we'll be adding the event listener for that purpose, right? I'll just comment this one and write event listener for pressing enter key in the search input. So what I'll do, I'll just make use of document dot get element by ID, again search input. So you know where is search input coming from, this one itself. I'll just copy the same thing, paste it over here. So let's add the event listener. This time instead of click, we'll add key press, right? Let's call the function. Again, within the function, let's pass the parameter event. So I'll just make use of the if condition. When we press the key, enter, then we have to capture the search query from the input field, right? So for that one, and we again making use of the query variable. Let me give document dot get element by ID of search input. So search input, where is the search input coming from? This one, right? ID of search input. Inside the input we have given. So I'll just paste the same thing over here. Search input. We have to get the value. So I'll be making use of value. Next, we'll call again the same thing. We'll call the search books function, right? To handle the search if enter is pressed. Initially what we did, on click of the search button we did. Now on press of the enter key we are doing. So let me give search books of query. We haven't written the search books function. We'll be writing that one next. So this is it. Next, what we'll do, we'll write the function to handle fetching book data based on the search query. That is nothing but we are writing the function. We are writing the function search books, right? So I'll just comment this one and write function to handle fetching book data based on the search query. So let me give search books. Let's pass the parameter query. So here initially what we'll do, we'll be making use of the Open Library API. We'll use the fetch API to get the book data from the Open Library API. So I have the API already. What I'll do, I'll just cut this one and paste it over here. I'll be mentioning the GitHub link in the description. You can get it from there, or you can just type the same thing. Right. Next, what I'll do, I'll just make use of the then. So basically, we are parsing the response as JSON. For that one, I'll just give response dot.json, right? Next, I'll just remove this one. Let me make use of then again. Let me make use of the data. So let's call the display books function to display the search results. So I'll just make use of display books. So we have not written the function display books yet. We'll be writing it next. So I'll just call the display books function. So while I write the display books function, you'll get to know. Just follow along with me. I'll just give data dot docs. Basically, what we are doing, we are just calling the display books function to display the search results, right? So this is nothing but the display books function, and we have given data.docs. Next, what I'll do, let me make use of the catch to catch the error if something goes wrong with the API. So I'll just make use of the console log. I'll just give error fetching data. Let me call the error here. So this is it for the function search books. Next, what we'll do, we'll write the function to display the fetched book information. Nothing but we are writing the function display books, right? I'll just comment this one and write function to display the fetched book info, or I'll just write for information. So I'll just make use of fonts. Let me give the function name display books. Let me pass the parameter books. First, what we'll do, we'll get the container element where all the books will be displayed, right? So I'll just make use of the variable name container. Just give document get element by ID books container. Next, we'll clear the existing container. If it is found any already, we'll clear the existing content in the container. For that purpose, I'll just be making use of container. Let's make use of the inner HTML, right? And we'll set this one to empty string. So next, let's loop through the first 16 books in the search results. So I'm just doing it based on my screen size, right? So that this looks good on the UI. So I'll just give books dot slice, and we're making use of slice 16 books. So I'll just give 16. Let's make use of the for each. So inside this, what we'll do, we'll create the new HTML element for the each book. For that purpose, I'll be making use of the variable name book element. Let me give document. What we'll do, we'll make use of the create element. What we'll create, basically div, right? I'll just give div. Next, by making, let's set the class name of the div to book. So here, yeah, book element dot class name equals book. So while styling here, right, let me open the style.css file. While styling here, this book, I said this one is not coming from the index.html file. Basically, we'll make use of the HTML inside the JavaScript file, right? So this is the one. What we are doing, first we are creating the div element by making use of document.createElement. And then the next step, we are giving the class name of this div to book. That is what we have designed here, basically book, right? So next, what we'll do, we'll extract the book information. Basically, what are all the things that we extract? Cover ID, title, as well as the authors. So I'll just comment over here and let me give extract book info. What are all the things we are extracting? Cover ID, title, and authors, right? So I'll just make use of the variable name cover ID book.cover underscore I, again book dot, let me make use of cover underscore I. If it is false, if it is true, then we'll display the same thing. If it is false, let me give null, basically. Next, I have this one. So I'll just copy. Let me cut this thing. Let me close this one. Paste it over here. So what I have done is, let me format this document once. So what I have done is, if the in the URL, so if the cover ID, nothing but here we'll be having the card. If suppose if we get the image of the book, so we'll be displaying the image of the book. If we are not having the image of the book, I mean if we are not getting the image of the book, then we'll be displaying this one. Basically it says image not found, something like that. I have took this from the Google Images, so you can get it from, you can give any image, basically something related to image not found. So this is it. Next, what we'll do, just give me a second. So next what I'll do, let's construct the HTML content for the book element, right? So I'll just comment this one and write construct the HTML content for the book element. So for this one, I'll be making use of book element dot inner HTML. So I'll just give image src. I'm making use of the template literals, right? String interpolation. So I'll just give cover URL. Let me close here. Just give me a second. I have missed the double inverted comma right here. So yeah. Next, let me make use of the alt attribute. You may give dot title. Why am I missing the double inverted comma? Yeah. So this is it for the image tag, right? Next, let's make use of the h3 tag. Inside the h3, we'll be displaying the title. So I'll just give book dot title. Let's close h3 tag, right? Next, let's make use of the paragraph tag, right? So I'll just make use of by dot author underscore name author name join. Let me give comma. This is nothing but we are separating the author name by the comma, right? along with the space. So next, if this is false, then we'll display something like, what will display? I'll just give unknown author. We give unknown author, right? So this is it. Let me close the paragraph tag. Did I miss anything here? No, right? Okay. This is it, right? So next what we'll do, we'll append the book element to the, finally we have to append the book element to the container, right? I'll just comment this one, append the book element to the container. So let me give container dot append child book element. So let me click on the format document. So let's check once. I'll just come here. Let me search for the Harry Potter book. Let me hit enter. So let's wait. Give search. So nothing is getting displayed, right? Let's check what is wrong. So what are all the wrong things that I have done is, here see, I have copied the same thing, right? While changing here for the event listener for pressing the enter key in the search input, this one, right? Here this has to be search input, basically, not the search button, right? So this is the only mistake that I have done. So here, this is not the mistake, basically. You'll get the response, but here I have done the typo, make it to a response instead of a response, something I have given. So this one thing, and let's check now. Let me give Harry Potter. So this is looking like this, right? Somewhere in the books container we have done wrong, I think. So let me open this one. It's connected to string.css. Did I name anything wrong? So yeah, here I have forgotten R, right? So let's check now. Yeah. So now, if I give Harry Potter, all the Harry Potter book, we are getting, right? We are getting the image, the name of the book, and also the author, right? So when we don't have the image, or if image is not available, we are displaying no image if available. So I'll come here. This one, while explaining, I said this one, right? If image is available, we are displaying the image. If it is not available, we have given the image, no image available, right? Same thing. So every functionality is working properly. So this is working fine. So let's search for one more book. I'll just give To Kill a Mockingbird, right? And just hit search. Let's wait for some time. Yeah, we are getting the book image, book name, To Kill a Mockingbird, also the Harper Lee, nothing but author name. So everything is working properly. Wherever image we are not getting, we are displaying no image available, right? So this is working properly. One last book I'll search. I'll just give The Great Gatsby. So I'll just search for the book.
That's not us. I'll agree.
So yeah. Let me refresh. Give The Great Gatsby and press enter. Even if you press enter, the book has to get displayed, right? Let's check. Sorry. So yeah, we are getting the image, author name, as well as the book name. So everything is working properly, right? Every functionality is working properly. So finally, if I click on this one, right, in the footer, if I click on this link, this has to take to my YouTube link. This thing. Did I miss anything? Oh, I have missed at the rate of symbol, right? So you just come here and just give Harry Potter itself. Let's wait for some time. What happened to this one? Yeah, this is little slow basically. Yep. Let me now click on the footer, right? So yeah, this is taking me to my YouTube this thing channel. Everything is working perfectly. This is it. Thanks for watching, guys.